pard tape job or the non-contact thumb. And this one, you really need to have really good tape adherent sprayed up in this area. Not so much on the thumb, but definitely right up along the tops of the metatarsal heads and the MCP joints. And then you need to select a piece of tape that proportionally is going to work here. With him, no, too big. I'll go back here. I'm just going to pick something that's, I can't give you any real guidelines on how to do this, but I want something that when I roll it up, it's going to be quite thin and is not going to restrict the movement of his thumb. But I want it to be strong enough that it's not going to just tear away. It's too flimsy. I can also put an extra wrap on to make it a bit stronger, and I would prefer to have something quite thin like this. So you notice that I'm going right along the MCP joints here, around the corner, and when I flip his hand over now, I want to, I'm going to have to bend my tape, and this is why you really need the spray, and I want this to go right up at the top where the webbing is here, not back on the joint area. I want this tape up as close to this joint right here as I can possibly get it. So that's once around the hand, and then I'm going to leave, you can see, lots of slack in this. I've got lots of slack. Whoop. Oh, that's too bad. That was the perfect height. Now I have to find another one. Okay, I'll make one. And then I'm just going to loop and go around his IP joint in there, so that'll kind of help support it a little bit. And then I continue on my way making my figure 8. And again, you can just roll the hand, make sure that you stay right on top here. And again, keep it right up high. Make a little loopy-doop. And I'm not going to do any. I could do a third one if he was really going to be in some heavy traffic and I wanted to make it really strong. I could do a third one, but this should hold for most things. So that's, and then I'm going to come and grab this stuff. Now watch how I do this. I put my finger in here and lift the tape out here and roll it as I'm pulling it out, so that when I finish the roll, this is up nice and high. If I just grab this stuff and roll it together, this will actually be down here somewhere, and then my tether isn't as long. Now, if I've got this right, I should be able to, even on a small hand, even on one of these little cackers here, when this is down here, I should be able to take my index finger and stick my whole index finger in this space. Now with him, I've got room for a friend in there because he's got a big hand. Okay, but even on a small hand, and that's the test on this thing. If you draw the pard tape job, when you say I'm ready to get marked, we will come over, and that's the first thing we'll do. If I can't get my finger in there, you lose a mark on the tape job because it's too tight. And if this is too tight, then he can't get the full range of motion that he would like to have out of his thumb. With this tether on here, it stops the thumb from getting back into the painful arc, but it allows him the greatest range of motion, pain-free, that he's got. That's what I'm really after. So if this is going to work for him, then I would just take one more small piece of tape like this and just wrap it in here. That's way too long. And I'm just going to wrap it around here. And that will stop that butterfly from unwrapping. And this is sometimes called a butterfly tape job. I don't know why it's called a butterfly tape job. And that will stop it from unwrapping, so this should be nice and strong. If this slips down, when I grab this, you can see how it pops off. That's the tendency, is for it to go down here. That's why you need so much good tape adherent spray to keep that up. If you build your tape job down here, then this tether winds up being so short when it's coming from down here that the thumb's kind of dysfunctional. It has such a short tether it can't move, as opposed to up here where he's got a huge range of motion. So keeping this up really, really high is really important. So this gives you a lot more freedom, but you can't wear a mitt with it because you can't get through it, obviously. So each has its strengths and weaknesses. You can use this for basketball. You still feel the ball with your thumb, still get lots of tactile sense on it. So those are contact, non-contact. One you can use with a glove, one you can't use with a glove.